to animate the millions. So we are going to change the position, we're going to change the scale, we're going to change the rotation, and we're going to change the opacity, and everything is happening in roughly half a second. So let's move forward to half a second, which is roughly 12.5 frames, 10.5 frames, so it's 12 frames. And just switch these stopwatches on for 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, first one didn't quite work. And we got little diamonds here, which are our keyframes. And then we go back to number 1, to 0, 0, 0, 0. So that's our end position, so it's sometimes easier to start with the end position than do the manipulations later on. So first of all, let's do the scale. So at the beginning we want this to be, first of all we want this to be locked, so we are not changing the height and the width separately. So let's go down to, let's say 75%, yeah, that's about right. Position, we want to bring this from the top, so we just go outside our stage, about there. We want to have it rotated by, well, roughly 90 degrees. That'll do, 90 degrees. There you go, minus 90. And we want the opacity to come from maybe even 0. Now let's just have a look how that looks. So up here is the RAM preview. So let's just see how that looks. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Yeah, wonderful. Now press stop, either use the spacebar. So we're stopping, and now we need to animate the rest here as well. And here we simply use a preset. So let's select of videos viewed, go to effects and presets. Up here in the window you can find effects and presets, and let's have a look for animated presets. As I said, they are presets, they are not effects, although they are called FX. So we collapse this one and have a look for text. Down here is text, and then we want, I think it is animate in. There are about 200 of those. Okay, let's just look, use the search function here, so fly, and then we have random fly, oh, fly in from bottom. That's what we want. Here we go. And let's preview this one as well. Here we go, beautiful. So I just double click this. Another way would have been to drag it onto our text or drag it onto our layer here, or just double click it. Okay, so let's have a look. Prime review again. Let's just make our working area a little bit less. So right now we are dealing with 30 here, but we are certainly not interested in 30 seconds. We are just interested in the first 2 seconds. Again, the RAM preview, here we go. Oh dear. So something happened very silly. Let's see if we can get the timeline a little bit bigger. Let's get rid of the paragraph and let's get rid of the wiggler, and there we have a little bit of more space there. And let's have a look what happened to the of videos viewed, and there are our keyframes here, and we don't want them to be animated here. We want them to come in after the seconds, after the millions has appeared. So let's scrub through here, so just going back and forth, and we want this to happen when millions came to a halt. Okay, so if you hold down shift, it will snap to the diamond shapes there. Then we delete this animator, go to text, and there's animator 1, and we'll delete that and bring in fly on from the bottom onto of video viewed, and it goes a little bit past 2 seconds, so let's just go all the way here and have a RAM preview of what we got so far. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. There's the animator, There's the position, and there's the position there. Everything is good. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to put motion blur on there. So motion blur is something that's just due to physics in the camera, and that is the symbol. So let's put the motion blur on here. Let's put the motion blur on here. And that is all the things that are moving so far. These are per layer, and here it is for the whole project. So let's switch that on and have a look at the RAM preview. And there you can see how as the objects move in, they're blurred. Okay, here we go. Wonderful. And the video itself is making things bigger as we go. So let's go back to frame 12, open up the transform tools and make sure that we have a new scale. And let's say as we come up to here, let's hold shift again so it snaps. We are going to put another frame for scale there, and this time just a little bit, maybe 110, 110, and we want to animate the same for the scale of the text here of videos viewed. We go into the transform, animate scale, and bring that up to 110 as well. Okay, now let's have a look how that looks. And it's still growing. It's working on it, so it's not as fast, it's not real time, it's far from real time, and here we go. And we didn't really have a beginning for the of videos viewed, so let's stop that. Go back to frame 12. There's frame 12. You can go up and down with the page up and down keys. Here we go. And make sure that we animate the scale and bring it down to 100. Okay, 100%. Let's have a preview again. It is working. Millions of videos watched, and there it does grow a little bit. So in the original it grows from the center, and that's fine. We simply have to change something, but that's about all right. So here, wonderful. Okay, so